president has tweets saying Christians are dying.
Breaking news: Tinubu tweets that there is indeed Christian slaughtering going on in the country named Nigeria. I repeat, Tinubu tweeted that there is a genocide against the Christians, and now the North has been split apart, broken into pieces along religious lines. What we have is the Middle Beltans are now readily queuing behind Bola Ahmed Tinubu, while the Connaughts are at the mercy of the Western powers, because we know that if anything otherwise happened to Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if anything otherwise happened to the Middle Belt and Christians going forward, there might be an invasion. And what that fear that the North have always dreaded, which is to have a divided country, might eventually happen. If you're just joining, please kindly like, subscribe, and share. Welcome back to our channel. What we have today is the next 2 years will be a very critical, deciding, and determining factor to the sanctity, to the sovereignty, and to the unity of this country. Way back in 2014, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, before he became the president, because you know when you become the president, you try to be diplomatic, you try to play along the lines. But deep down in the hearts of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, he knows there is a serial attack, because we have ISWAP, which are hell-bent on forcefully converting all Christian dominated areas in Nigeria. Okay, they want to turn it to only Muslim occupied areas. And these were the things Tinubu said. And today we have the North scampering, finding every means to do what we call Voltron, like defend Nigeria. What we have now is so many Northern influencers are saying that nothing, I might hate Tinubu, but nothing can an external force do that will make them hate their country, Nigeria. That they have no other country but Nigeria. That the South should join them in securing the sovereignty and the unity and the sanctity, a supposed sanctity, a mirage, a smoke screen called unity. That Nigeria must not be desecrated. For me, I asked these same Northern influencers that I remember when Tinubu came on board, he said he needed to go attack Niger. That it seems Niger Republic are complicit. What did we have? The Ali Ndumes, the top political leaders, their top religious leaders, their top royal leaders. They came out, they said, no, Niger, we have a closer ties to them even than the Yorubas and the Igbos, the Inyamiris, that they have a closer ties to the Fulanese in Niger Republic, the Hausas in Niger Republic, that that the so many years of Buhari legacies, reconnecting them back to the ancestral land, that Uthman Dafodio lived in between Niger and Kano and Sokoto. That no, if Nigeria wants to attack Niger, it is an attack against the northern part of Nigeria. You see, but then those people that said such words all of a sudden are telling us that no, don't let us watch Nigeria burn, don't let us watch Nigeria split. Tinubu, how can you have tweeted this and you did not delete it? In fact, people went to Tinubu's tweet archives. they bring and come out like this. See him. Let me tell you, one thing is certain in this country. A time will come that Nigeria will either agree to peacefully dissolve, then they can now reamend, readjoin themselves if they agree, or we go the anarchy way, the civil way, which of course it will be an outburst. Because this hypocrisy is getting to its expiration date. Oh yes. You think a northerner can get power 2027? You have to be the biggest joker out there. At this moment, Atiku understand that his political career is long dead and gone. Because we know that Atiku will not say a word on this matter. Atiku will not say a word. He cannot use it to play political. He cannot. He cannot use it to play any political scheme. Because Atiku was caught pants down like now they catch Atiku in a religious bigotry. Yes. Because Atiku, who tweeted against the gruesome killing of Deborah in Sokoto by Islamic fundamentalists. I think it was in 2018 that incident happened. Just a year before the election. What happened? People came at Atiku. Now what are you saying? That you will never be voted for. So you're telling us that you're putting a Christian, a Nigerian Christian ahead of your religious beliefs? I'm about to delete that tweet. Till tomorrow, people will ask Baba, why did you delete the tweet? Why did you do this? Baba will just be shush. You go just keep quiet. You know, go talk shaking. You know why? Because he speaks as a forerunner. He speaks as the advocate. He speaks as the spokesperson of the Fulani Northern oligarchs. Yes, this is why you see that he's trying to inherit the Buhari legacies. He's trying to do all these things because they will choose any country that shares the Muslim brotherhood, the Muslim Islamia affinity first before a bloody Yoruba man, before a bloody Igbo man. They will choose you, a Muslim, not just a Muslim, a Sunni Muslim, not just a Sunni Muslim. You have to be a very deep-rooted Sunni Muslim. Yes. Go and ask your northern, you should be Nigerian man, Abi. Yeah, and you do not want me to talk about this, Abi. Go and ask one man will be called northern Muslim now. Ask him that why are you supporting Palestine? Why are you supporting Gaza? What will be your concern? Instead of you to be screaming and shouting for state police to be created, you are here defending like a Voltron Gaza. Ask him why. You just go and ask him. They will tell you, it's because of humanitarian humanity first. Lies from the pit of hell. From the pit of hell. If you ask same guy that, okay, those in Yeletawa, those Christians in Kwara South, in Kogi South, those Christians in Southeast who are being pied, why are you not lending your voice? Leave Gaza alone. That how it doesn't concern you. These guys are about 7,000 kilometers away. You have 1,000 chances of meeting an Igbo man, a Yoruba man who is a Christian in the next one meeting before you can meet a Gaza man. They will tell you otherwise. They will tell you their religion first. They will tell you religion above nationality. But yet, they are calling us. They are calling on southern religious leaders, the Christians, pastors, that they should come and speak out. That if they do not speak out, it is that they are hypocrites. That that why is it that all the pastors now all of a sudden they are all silent? In fact, some of them are now targeting Kuka, Matthew Kuka. That is it an Anglican pastor or whatever, or a reverend father? That he should go out there and say that there's no Christian genocide. Well, I like Baba because Baba just went to TV and said that, well, insecurity has reduced. That's the only thing he said. He dare not. There is no pastor alive in this Nigeria that will go out there and say there's no Christian targeted attacks in the country. He won't dare. He go talk am. He won't dare. Why would you go out there and say there's even when Tinubu himself has said it? This is why you can see that the northern leaders, the hegemony, the powers that be, the IBBs. This is why you can see they are scampering, like they are scampering for breath. They find everything don't choke them. They cannot threaten Tinubu because they know say that one. Hey, now with care. If you try for straight time, you know go fit talk. Go Baba fit change up for them, so they know what they are doing. So as it stands, when you hold the scrotum of a man, that is how the scrotum of the northern oligarch is in the arm of Tinubu. Because this is a man who is ready to say things as they are, most especially if he knows that it will gain politically. A man who came out to say that Emilio, he didn't care if that word will rile up ethnic sentiment. He said it. He said it to the north that you that we were shedding tears. You were a non-entity. You lost election 4 times. I came to you and told you why you crying. Let me help you. I polished you. This was so you now think that Tinubu, if the north begin to threaten him that, oh God, this country, if you do this, Tinubu that tweeted that in the past, he will tweet something worse than that today. The only thing we need now is let us have a courageous southern leader that will be a bigot, that will put the southern interest first, who will do just as Buhari did, and he will say things as they should be said. I mean, Buhari said that some people are dot in a circle. He said it. He did it. Where did Buhari keep his humanitarian, feelings? IPOP, because they were simply demanding for what? For them to have what we call self-determination. All regions in Nigeria should enjoy what we call self-determination. Yes. Decide how you want to govern yourself. Why we have that constant conflict in Nigeria is because people have not been allowed to define how they want to govern themselves. People want to be a part of Nigeria. Nigeria is a project of diversity, period. Nigeria will be a perfect example to Africans and Black in the whole world as to how people should manage their diversity. But until we get to that point that we begin to only ask and, ready to answer the questions of diversity, they not want to govern themselves, they want to find. So when you are a step closer to the north, you see the signboard, but I tell you, this is welcome to northern Nigeria, where is Sharia law is the watchword. So please do not do this, do not do this, do not do this. You're welcome, you have your time, enjoy yourself, no problem. When you go there, say, no wala. There's state police, everybody knows that it's banned. You can do, in fact, when you go there, you know that I just want to go and sell fabric, I just want to go and sell shisha, I just want to go and sell water. You will not go and sell pig, you will not go and sell alcohol, you will not go do pass yourself. The same thing will be happening in the south. When the northern man is a step closer to the south, he will see there, welcome to the south, the land of whatever. In this place, we are governed by what? Free will. But we are against religious extremism. We are against anything that has to do with Islamization. They put it there. Boom. When you get there, you walk, and the state police that would state put that law and order. C'est fini. This is how a nation like Switzerland has successfully governed itself despite our diversity. But we want to continue our hypocrisy. And this is why sometimes I say, if God no give us Tinubu, we don't go know who the North are truly are. Because what Tinubu has done in the past 2 years is showing us how our past southern presidents, who have always danced to the tune of the North, have shortchanged us. How they've shortchanged us. Because this issue of Islamic radicalism that we have in Nigeria today, if Obasanjo was not trying to politically correct, he would have suppressed those governors then who pushed for it. Jonathan was not trying to be politically correct. the Boko Haram would have been wiped out. So let us see if Tinubu will not make the same mistake.
I grew up in Plateau State, Jos. The first bomb blast I experienced was in St. Finbar's Catholic Church. I was on a Sunday morning. I remember I did not go to church that day. I was in the toilet. Next thing I heard, boom, the net of the toilet, the dust just went boom outside. I was thinking it was the church very close to us that got bombed. So everybody started running out, crying. Women were already crying. They did not even see the place. They were already crying, going to the closest cooking church close to us. Then we found out that it was some two churches before us, St. Finbar's Catholic Church, that was bombed. What did we find out? We found out that some set of suicide bombers were trying to access the church. On the stop and search, stop and search, stop and search, the bomb detonated, and then God saved them that the suicide bombers did not park directly close to the church. If not, a lot of lives would have been lost. But people still died in that process. Going to terminus again, my mom almost lost her life. Suicide bombers, two places, they placed bombs at two different points, and then people almost died. And when you look at all of these security issues, there was a time that bombing was a normal thing in Nigeria. For those of us who have been following all of these things, but there were deliberate steps that was taken by the presidency to be able to curtail some of these issues. Deliberate, very, very deliberate steps. I'm not saying that the scenario, all this insecurity vanished, but there were some very deliberate steps that were taken that, at least to some extent now, we are not seeing that bombing as much as it used to be. There's still killings, there's still everything. There is nobody that will convince me that this president has nothing to do, or the thing, or this is above his power. There is nothing you can tell me, as someone who has lived that experience, as someone who has had friends, that one who died to religious crisis. Some set of militias, Islamic militias, went to his village to kill him, to go and kill him while he was trying to defend the village. He was shot and cold blooded there. As someone who has experienced some of these things, there is no way you can tell me, or come and convince me on a space that the president is doing enough, or this thing is more than what the president can do. He has to be very strategic, he has to be very deliberate. The same church he was in, I remember years back when that same church was, sorry, Equa Church, very close to the church he was in cooking recently in Plateau State, Jos. I know of Equa, very close to cooking headquarters, where it was bombed. The Christians were very angry. I remember that time. They were very angry that some Christians even went to the streets. They were killing any Muslim that they found on the streets because of the anger, the grief. So you cannot tell me, if we could go from bombing to where we are now having gorilla people going to on bikes, shouting Allahu Akbar, killing people, shooting left, right, and center, bombing people, then there should be a solution to it. And the president has to be deliberate with what he's doing. You cannot come when they asked you, go and check one of his media briefs. When he was asked that, are you going to probe the military? He said no, something, something. If the videos are there, I can still post it for you. They are telling you to be more accountable to this thing. You are busy telling us of how your wife is a pastor, how you are not a religious extremist. You are not this, you are not that. You have to take deliberate steps. And if you don't know what to do, Leave the office. It is as simple as that. For God's sake, this APC government campaigned on insecurity. This president has tweets saying Christians are dying. Bola Ahmed Tinubu was spearheading all of these things. And it is now your turn. You are now telling Nigerians that it is more than you. It is not, yes, the problem is there, but it is more than you. There is nothing you can do about it. We should keep on dying because there is nothing you can do about it. It is an ideology, and it is that ideology that should keep on going. If he does not understand the scenario, the dynamics, the issues around all of these things, please, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, your presidency is not more important than the lives of every Nigerian out there. I will never see my friend again because of the evils that have been done in the names of religion extremism. I will never have that opportunity again. I am alive just by luck. Some of us would have been dead by now, long gone, because of